So we're live here at the Matt Martin Foundation Bowling Fundraiser. Matt has been kind enough to give us a few minutes of his time. So Matt, thank you very much for joining us. How you doing, Matt? So you're back with the Islanders. How does it feel to be back with an organization you once proudly were attended with?
It's very exciting. I'll probably put that sweater on again. And Long Island's always been a special place ever since I came here 9 years ago, I think. And I love it here. The fans really embraced me. It's just a great place to live, great place to play. The fans are passionate, and I'm just really excited to be back and wear that sweater once again.
Now, Matt, you're known for being a physical presence on the ice. You hold the record for most hits in a season with 382. Why is it so important in your mind to establish a physical presence on the ice?
I just think it causes confusion. It's for a defenseman when someone's better than any player, but a defenseman mainly on the forecheck, you're bearing down on him. He's got to make a play, and he's got a split second to make a play, and brace himself, protect himself for a hit or avoid a hit. So, I think over the course of a game, first of all, getting hit, and it really wears people down, and especially over the course of a playoff series. And and when they're trying to avoid hits, they might be making the wrong plays and throwing pucks quickly where they think it might be open and making mistakes. So, I find a few years ago when Cutter, Casey, and myself were together. We were kind of working we were working in unison together, and it just kind of all seemed to click. And you felt like people were always kind of checking over their shoulder and seeing where guys were coming from, and made it harder for them to make plays with the puck.
So you're also you're known as someone not afraid to drop the gloves. With everything we know about CTE, is there still room in the game for fighting?
I think so. I mean, obviously you want to protect yourself, and we continue to get more and more information on brain injuries and CTE, and in the case of CTE, we still don't really know the effects of concussion and taking time off. And then there's still a lot of question marks as to there's also people who never play the game that suffer from similar things. So you don't know drugs, alcohol, all these different things. I think there's still a lot of question marks out there, and still a lot of information. But I do think it's great that we're trying to figure out what is the serious cause of all this, and how can we help heal brain injuries, and how we can help people be healthy later in life, and not only for athletes but for anybody. And I think it's just the science and everything coming, and it's great. I think the NHL is trying to do more and more to take precaution when a guy gets hit in the head, but still not perfect, but it's a work in progress. And I think everybody's focused on the safety of the players and trying to make it a safer game overall.
Now, we've all heard there's unwritten rules to fighting. Can you share a few with us? Like, what's an unwritten rule when it comes to dropping the gloves?
Generally, when a guy's down, you don't hit him. That's one of them.
Somebody bigger than you or smaller than you?
Ty Domi was one of the toughest guys to ever do it. I don't think he fought a guy that was ever smaller than him. So I don't know if that's necessarily it, but you generally don't go after a guy that doesn't fight at all. But the game continues to change, and obviously it doesn't police itself like it used to back in the 80s and 90s, where there was no instigator rule and all these things. But I think not hitting a guy when he's down or in a vulnerable position is a pretty big one for me. I generally never really want to. It sounds silly, but you never really want to hurt anybody. I think you fight, and when a guy's on his knees or down and defenseless, you don't. For me anyway, for the most part, you never want to take a shot at somebody like that.
So Barry Trotz is the new coach, obviously. What do you know about his system, and how do you think you'll fit into it?
I don't know much about the systems exactly, but I do know that he likes big physical teams.
Tom Wilson, perfect example.
He was in Nashville for a long time. He had big teams in the West there, and then going to Washington, they have a big physical team as well. So I think he fits my style. I think he'll be good for me. I've had one discussion with him the day I signed, and then it all sounded pretty good. So I'm looking forward to working with him. I've heard nothing but great things about him as a person and as a coach. So obviously we got about a month or a little over a month here till we really pick it up and start working with the coach on an everyday basis.
So you know everybody in that locker room, obviously. Who in your mind should be the captain? Who has that leadership ability, that quality in your mind to be the next Islander captain?
That's not a question I can really answer, so I'm going to avoid that one. But one thing is, there's a lot of guys, a lot of veteran guys on this team that even when Johnny was here, Johnny was more of a lead by example type. I think there's a lot of vocal guys in the dressing room, a lot of veteran guys that spoke up. So there's a lot of leadership qualities in the room. Whether I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't a captain this year. I have no idea. I know in Toronto the last 2 years we didn't have one. Obviously Lou Lamoriello was there, so it'll be interesting. But there's a lot of good leaders in that room right now, and whether there's a captain or not, it's kind of leadership by committee these days. For the most part, I think the C is people that go talk to the rest, everyone speaks up in the room, everyone speaks their mind and shows leadership in different ways.
And speaking of the former Islander captain, John Tavares, we all know he left the offseason. We're at your foundation. There's a whole lot of Islander fans here. So you got some people even wearing Trader shirts over here. What were your thoughts on his decision, and what do you think of the organization going forward without him?
I think, first of all, it was a personal decision that he was inclined to make and had every right to make. Obviously, I know it's hard for him. I know he spent 9 years here and he really loved it here. He owns property here, and it wasn't a situation where he was dying to get out the door. So I know he loved it, and I know that he struggled with the decision. And I think that's why it took as long as it did, is because he was having a hard time with it. But that's in the past now, and he made a decision that was best for him and his family, and you got to respect that. I mean, that's his right, and he's got, like I said, every right to do that. But moving forward, I think the Islanders will be fine, and we'll push forward. Obviously, with Lou and Trotz at the helm, they didn't come over here to roll over, so I have full confidence that we'll be a solid team come opening night, and hopefully we can make the Islander faithful proud and get into the playoffs and make some noise.
So final question, Matt. I did mention we're at the Matt Martin Foundation Bowling Fundraiser. Can you tell us who this is benefiting and why this is important to you this night?
All right, so when I started the foundation 4 years ago, we were working with NYPD, Widows and Children's Fund, doing some work with the fire department as well, ACDS, which is a school in Plainview, I believe, DEF, Islanders Children's Foundation, a few different things. And last year, I kind of decided that I wanted to have more of a hands-on effect of where the money goes, instead of just raising money, giving it to another foundation. Just trying to see where we can kind of have more of a hands-on thing. And I don't know if you guys follow me, but I'm a dog lover. And last summer, I think it was last summer, we did our first service dog for a military event. To really see, the impact that the dog has on the veteran, and what the dog does to kind of help them live a normal life again. And it really touched me, and I really thought it was something pretty cool to be able to not only help the veteran, but get the dog a home as well. So, and I think dogs want to work, so you put them to work and find him a family that's gonna love him and care for him. So moving forward, we're gonna do mostly dogs for people with mental health issues, and this summer we're gonna be doing one for NYPD and one for FDNY, someone who's suffering from PTSD from 9/11. So it's a pretty cool thing. So now first time we did it, we got a dog from another corporation. Now we're actually found a trainer who's training the dogs for us. We're getting the dogs, training them. So it's really hands-on for us now. It's pretty cool to be a part of. I got to see the dogs from when they're 8 weeks till now being 6 months. So seeing their training and their development I only wish my dog was that well trained.
And one last question for me, but we'll let you go back out there and talk to everybody. You get the Islanders playing situation. There are multiple arenas going on. You got the Belmont going on. You're back at the Coliseum this year. What's your whole thought on the arena situation?
It is what it is. I mean, we're professional athletes. We make a good living to just go play hockey. So it'll all get sorted out. I think going back to the Coliseum is exciting for all of us that have played there in the past for sure. Really is one of the best atmospheres that I've ever played in. And
fans are definitely excited to see you guys back there.
Yeah, so that's going to be really cool. So I'm excited to be able to take part in that again, and a lot of great memories in that building. So that'll be awesome. And then when Belmont's ready, everything I've seen, it looks like it's going to be one hell of a stadium, or one hell of an arena. So I think in time, it's all going to work out. From owning property in New York, I know that it's not easy to get things done, but they'll find a way and they'll get it done. And in the meantime, we'll enjoy playing some games back at the Coliseum and living those memories all over again.
Matt, thank you for joining us. Good luck this season and welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks.